What are viral diseases? Viral diseases are diseases caused from viruses. As the name suggests, a viral disease occurs when an organism is invaded by an unknown pathogenic body and infectious bodies. Virions attach to and enter susceptible cells. The HIV or human immunodeficiency virus is a virus that attacks and affects cells inside of the body that are in charge of fighting infectious substances and bodies in a human. HIV HIV is spread through direct contact with different bodily fluids like blood or semen. The most common way of getting infected with the virus is through sexual intercourse or unprotected sex. The COVID-19 disease or virus is considered an infection which branches off from a coronavirus. Some people infected by the COVID-19 virus will present mild breathing inconveniences and will not need of drastic medical assistance to reach a recovery stage. People who are older of age or present respiration and cardiovascular illness will be more likely to develop serious and severe conditions. The most effective way to prevent this illness and slow down the rate of people being infected is to be well informed about the topic. To protect yourself and others, you should constantly wash your hands and avoid big gatherings of people. The origin of the HIV virus recalls back to 1999. Researchers were successful in finding a strain of SIV in the genetics of chimpanzees that resembled almost identically HIV in human beings. The conclusion that came out of this discovery was that chimpanzees were in fact the source of HIV-1. At some point, the virus had successfully crossed species and mutated to fit human conditions. The origin of the COVID-19 virus is like HIV. The COVID-19 virus is believed to have a zootonic origin, meaning it came from an animal. The first identification of the spread of the virus was in December of 2019 in Wuhan, China, and from that date on has spread around the world, resulting in the 2020 pandemic. Studies revealed that it is phylogenetical to the respiratory illness of SARS, the bat virus. Therefore, it is speculated that bats could be a fundamental base for the outbreak of the virus. Ways of transmission. For HIV can only be transmitted through really specific acts, such as drug ingestion and sexual intercourse. HIV is transmitted through bodily fluids such as blood, semen, preseminal fluids, rectal fluids, and vaginal fluids. And as crazy as it may seem, it is possible for a mother who carries HIV to infect her child through breast milk. For the COVID-19 virus that has been discovered, which state evidence that the COVID-19 virus is mainly transmitted from symptomatic people to non-symptomatic people. Said people can be infected through respiratory droplets, by direct contact with infected people, or by contact with infected surfaces, such as doorknobs or stair railings. The lysogenic and lytic cycle. First, lytic. The viruses infect the host body, replicate from within, and destroy it. Lysogenic. The virus infects the host body and inserts its DNA in the host's DNA. The lytic cycle takes place in almost any multicellular organism. The viral DNA wipes down the host DNA and the host cell dies. The infected cells undergo lysis and more healthy cells get infected while infected cells escape the body. But the virus can't be dormant for long periods of time, meaning it will surely die soon. The lysogenic cycle takes place in a host cell in multicellular organisms. The cell won't die instantly once affected. This leads to the cells being able to be infected for a long period of time, going undetected. The infected cells lie dormant and then, in a randomized way, they launch virulence at once, affecting the whole body. The symptoms for HIV or AIDS are rapid weight loss, recurring fever or profuse night sweats, extreme and unexpected tiredness, prolonged swelling of the lymph glands in the armpits, groin, or neck, diarrhea that lasts for more than a week, sores of the mouth, anus, or genitals, pneumonia. Whilst the symptoms for the COVID-19 virus are the following. The most common symptoms are fever, dry coughs, and tiredness. The less common symptoms are aches and pains, sore throats, diarrheas, conjunctivitis, headaches, loss of taste or smell, a rash on skin, or discoloration of fingers or toes. The different treatments for the viruses. For HIV, the treatment is called antiretroviral therapy, or ART for short. This form of therapy involves a gathering of or combination of different sorts of HIV medications every day at once. ART can't cure HIV, but it does help people that are infected to live a long and healthy life regardless of their condition. For COVID-19, in the present time, there is no recollection of a form of vaccine or medication which helps combat the virus yet. But there exist different alternatives which help the prevention of being infected, or if the virus is at a young stage, help combat it. This is called self-care. If the person is feeling sick, they should rest, drink a big amount of fluids, and avoid the outdoors. They should be apart from their family and avoid any form of physical contact. One medical treatment that could be useful for recovery is the convalescent plasma, still in experimental stage though. When patients recover from the illness, their blood contains antibodies that were produced during the process of fighting the virus. Said antibodies are found in plasma, which is a component of blood. The plasma has been used in over 100 years of medicine to treat a large variety of illnesses such as measles, chickenpox, and SARS. The plasma is applied through transfusion to a patient which is infected, and the antibodies help combat the viral agents. Important to restate, this method is still in experimental form, so it is not the definitive cure. Now I will present some facts and some myths about the illnesses. For HIV, the facts are the following. There is no cure for HIV yet. HIV is not transmittable through casual contact. If it is undetected, it doesn't mean that it isn't contagious. The only way to stay HIV-free through intercourse is through protection. And now the myths. HIV can be cured through unorthodox treatments, such as medications and cultural treatments. HIV is transmitted through all bodily fluids. This is a lie. If I shower after sex, I won't get infected. This is also a lie. If I have intercourse with a person that is a virgin, they won't get infected. They still have the same possibilities of getting infected if I have the virus. And finally, for COVID-19, these are the myths and the facts. The facts. It is a new virus which has spread in a fast rate around the globe. Most patients who get the virus will present mild form of illness and recover without needing intense medical care. The virus can live in someone's body for up to 2 weeks before the presence of any symptoms. The virus can be prevented through basic acts of self-hygiene and self-protection. There is no vaccination available at the moment, which will cure from the COVID-19. And now the myths. Spraying chlorine and alcohol over your body will prevent you from getting infected. This is a lie. There is no reason to believe that the weather affects the propagation of the virus. The weather, in fact, is not a factor which affects whether you will get infected or not. There is yet evidence to prove that mosquito bites can infect with the virus, and vaccines against pneumonia don't protect against the virus. What